welcome to Zip Code. And today we are talking tech money with ASP.NET. So, if you're wondering what ASP.NET is, ASP.NET is a free cloud platform open source framework for application, web apps, and API development using in .NET and C Sharp. So C Sharp, .NET programming languages, as you would know, those are offered by Microsoft, and they work well in the Microsoft ecosystem. So when you're developing for Microsoft products, Windows operating system, um, Microsoft Azure cloud technologies, and the the Microsoft ecosystem, it makes it even better to integrate to all of the components that Microsoft has. Um, their cloud, it's easy to connect their databases, it's easy to connect their operating system, and also their mobile app development. They have all of those capabilities, and with ASP.NET and C Sharp, you just plug and play because these programming languages are predominantly focused on the Microsoft ecosystem, and they feed that pretty well. And we just want to talk tech money and how much you can make as a developer developing in ASP.NET and C Sharp frameworks. So with ASP.NET and C Sharp, you can develop web apps, APIs, which is backend, um, and you can also have real-time autonomous processes in your applications. You can have batch running processes or automated jobs that you want to automate, and you can create all of these things, microservices as well, which is predominantly integration services for in between different applications and software systems, and you can utilize the Microsoft backbone to sort of deliver these applications, and you're able to optimize those predominantly for Microsoft. You're able to optimize for those operating systems, and also if you have other use cases that you wanna deal with, ETL, um, let's say Lambda, Kafka, um, all of these things with the capabilities of auto scaling and all of these things, you can utilize ASP.NET in the Microsoft ecosystem without getting anything external, and all will just be seamless because this ecosystem is just that amazing. And I've just marketed Microsoft, but yeah, I just want you guys to understand sort of the what ASP.NET is and its capabilities and what it does. So just to go through the question here, ASP.NET is a developer platform made up of tools, programming languages, and libraries for building many different types of applications. So as I was saying, where I was expanding further on what .NET is, basically its backbone is C Sharp. So when it comes to .NET, it's just um, Microsoft adding more capabilities into the language itself and what it can produce and deliver. Pretty much what Spring Boot does for Java. That is what .NET is. And one thing that I think we might need to look at, yeah, I think we're done here. Then we can start looking at the money stuff and how much you can make for building web apps in ASP.NET, building APIs, building automation, autonomous systems and automated processes, and also microservices. So for building all of these things, how much can you look forward to getting paid, or how can you make out of it? So I did this Google search, obviously, to see how much software engineer in C Sharp, ASP.NET, salaries in South Africa, and the average came to 20K per month, which is 5% higher than the average entry-level back-end developers, which means if you're like Python, Java, any other Ruby, any other language that you are, you probably will be earning 5% less than a guy who's on the .NET stack. And I wouldn't say that's far-fetched, because .NET, a lot of companies are already Microsoft-centric companies, so they use a lot of Microsoft products, and in turn, you find that um, they feel much more comfortable using that ecosystem because they're so hooked into it with just their daily business operations. So I wouldn't say this is far-fetched. It might sound it it could be true. Let me just put it that way. So the average junior ASP.NET developer salary increases by 41.3% after 2 years. So if after 2 years, which is like at your when you get to 3 years, then in the profession, that will give you a monthly average of 28,000. That will be what you looking at playing around those figures in 3 years on your career as a dev, and this is according to OfferZen. So I don't know how OfferZen is and what they do, but we're sort of going to use the ones that we've been using. So we're going to check on Indeed and Talent.com. So with Indeed, they are pointing at 44,300, which is not so far-fetched. This is, I think this is across the spectrum in the developer segment or software engineer segment, because a lot of developers, the average will be around here, and this is not so bad if you're starting out. And I think with this salary, if let's do the tax calculator, and we could do it on talent.com. Let's just do the tax calculator. Let's just do this. So let's do that, and we say 44,000, and then let's see how much you're gonna go home with. So factoring those in, it's already 34,000. And if you look at OfferZen, it says after 2 years we'll be around here. So pretty much you would be around these figures. This figure, according to Indeed, you'll be around this figure after tax, and you'll be playing around here, which is not so bad. It's not so bad. You can be able to afford a good rental place, get a decent car, and also be able to pay some of your expenses, and obviously not choking yourself with all of those. But let's look at the highest cities that you can get something. So in Pretoria, you have 54,000, Johannesburg, 50,000, Sandton, 50,000. So Pretoria is doing far better than Johannesburg and Sandton, according to Indeed. And northern suburbs, Johannesburg, Centurion. Ooh, Centurion, when we checked on the previous video, if you do go watch that, you'll see the Centurion was in the top 3 when it comes to like the highest paying cities in software engineering across the board. It doesn't matter language, but now in C Sharp or ASP.NET, it is actually like 6th place, which is very concerning. And funny enough, Cape Town is not even here, which is interesting. Oh, Cape Town is not here, but northern suburbs is in the Western Cape. That's the only thing that we have in the Western Cape. Cape Town is not here. Stellenbosch is not here. Gorge is not here. Oh, which is true. All right. Maybe those guys are not using ASP.NET that much. They could be on open source stacks, which could be Java and the likes. So that's not so bad though in Pretoria. So if you're around Pretoria, you are looking at a good average 54,000. That's decent in Pretoria. Pretoria is not that expensive compared to Joburg, Sandton, northern suburbs. In Cape Town, I would think so. So with these per month in Pretoria, you're really good. I can say that you're really good. Because it's not that expensive unless you are not so good on your finances and your economics, then it might be a challenge there. But in terms of the lifestyle and um, the cost around the city itself, it's not that much. So it's a decent salary to be at an average of. So if you just factor in the two payee and UIF, it will take you to 40K. And then you would then look at your medical aid and the other expenses, life insurance, and the likes, and that will just give you how much you get on your bank account at the end of the day, or at the end of the month rather. So far so good. Pretty impressed with these numbers. In Joburg North, 50,000 per month. The 40, say the 40. Let's see, on 50, you're gonna get somewhere around 38 in your bank account. Then you started to look at your rental, your other stuff, and um, car, or you can factor in the medical aid stuff before the rent and the car and other things, so that you see how much you get into your bank account. But also, this is fairly decent for an average. I would say if you're starting out, it's not so bad. That's still good, and you can grow into this. And also, the beauty about this is if you average this per month, let's say 2 years in, like they were saying here, 2 years into your career, you're already hitting these numbers. Then you know that as you grow, obviously you're gonna be at a much more fortunate financial position to be comfortable with what you're getting and the lifestyle that you want to live, which shouldn't be far-fetched. And now let's check with talent.com, because on talent.com they are saying ASP.NET developer average salary in South Africa, which is 100K per month. And now I would say this is not really something that I would agree with, but I would agree with it if they were saying, um, like the senior guys, this is possible for the senior guys. If you're like a senior developer, tech lead, architect, um, all those guys, I would put them here solely because with the experience that I've seen with some of the guys, some of them are hitting these numbers. Senior developers that I've been exposed to, they are hitting these numbers and they're fairly good, fairly comfortable with what they're getting paid. Uh, for me, I'm in Sentin, so they're happy with what they're getting, and it's pretty much around this figure. So you would know that no one's gonna tell you their salary, but obviously maybe it's like somewhere like maybe plus minus maybe around 90, some maybe 110, 120, 150, but they wouldn't tell you. But a lot of the guys, they are hitting these numbers on the senior level. So you're lucky if you hit these numbers at an intermediate level, I would say. And then yeah, also with guys who are fortunate enough to get opportunities where they write software um, for companies, and then they get like the first hand pay, and then that will be that one opportunity where you can hit these numbers without any issues. And the average ASP net salary in South Africa is 1.2 per annum, or 650 per hour. Entry level position 600 per annum, whilst most experienced workers make up to 93 million per annum. Also, guys, you can comment on this, what you've seen, what you've experienced over the years, if you're an experienced developer and you know some guys who are hitting these numbers, and that wouldn't be far-fetched. I think if you also comment and share your experiences on how much you can actually make as an ASP.NET developer, and but I think at an entry level, don't get your hopes so high. This is definitely not, unless you are like getting to unless you're like a senior developer, tech lead, system architect, joining a new team, then this is very highly possible. And yeah, only those guys, I would say, are it's a guarantee for them. It's like more chances for them to get this number than for a junior and intermediate to get this number. It's not like it's impossible. It's just what I've seen in the industry so far. But there's nothing bad about all of this. So I just want to keep it short and keep it sweet. So let's see how much we can take home at 100K per month. Let's see. So 100K, you're looking at taking home 68K. So this goes into your bank account if you only have these two things. But obviously that's impossible. At this level, you wouldn't just have two things. You'd have like other factors that will be deducting on your income, and hopefully you land somewhere around maybe 60, 62K around there. um, that will be your take home after everything has taken. Then obviously that then comes your money for the month to play around with, invest where you want to invest, and um, pay your responsibilities and sort all of that. But I should say that at this amount or this income, you should be able to afford a decent place. I would say anywhere around the country. Yeah, anywhere around South Africa, you should be fine with this salary. I think so. You obviously you won't be a bowler and you won't be showing off, but definitely you should be fine with getting a good place with this amount after all the calculations have been done. And you can start looking around and having a decent car. Nothing much, but a decent car will be fine around here. So that's the short of it, guys. And I just want to keep it as simple as all the other tutorials. So just comment on the section below what you've seen as for .NET developers, and how other developers who are starting out can also grow, and maybe um, give some hints here and there on how they can watch out for the place that you want to work in, the company that you want to work in, how you can make sure that you are getting a good deal so that you're able to survive and not stress yourself each and every month when you work so hard. Because developers do work hard and they do put extra hours, and it does eat into your health and all those things. So it's always advisable as a dev to do get some time to breathe, refresh, and come back. And also, if you have things like your medical aid, then you can consult and you get good advice on how you can go about achieving all of that. So all of these things are very important and very key for a developer to know. It's not just about the numbers. It's mostly about the value that you bring to the team and organization that you're working for, because the more value and the more input that you or the more deliverables that you hit, and the milestones that you achieve, definitely you are going to grow more and more and more, and in some cases even exponentially, where you grow and you grow and you grow and you grow, and obviously you're gonna end up hitting these numbers. So it's not just about the numbers, it's about the value that you bring to the team and how extra you want to go into that. So the more extra that you put, then obviously there'll be more deliverables and more rewards will come your way as well. So that's my shot of it, and thank you guys for watching. If you stayed until the end, please do like and subscribe, and I really appreciate you. Thank you very much for your time. Until the next one, cheers.